Hello, I'm Alex Roșca, and welcome back here at FIAR to a special edition of Risk Hour dedicated to international reinsurance market. We will speak with our guest, Mr. Guy HUDSON, who is a partner at GLT Re. Hello, Mr. HUDSON.
Hello, Alex.
So it became a custom, a habit to have a talk with you here at Sinaia. Let's see the first subject of our discussion. What changed in the main trends for the sea reinsurance market since our last talk during the previous edition at FIAR?
Well, Alex, I think the main trends or issues that are facing the market at the moment are perhaps very much the same as they were last year, but more so. I think that Solvency II is getting ever closer, we believe, and many companies' minds are taken by this subject. Obviously, the economic crisis, the development of the situation in many countries in Europe is affecting both the Romanian insurance companies and the owners of some of the Romanian insurance companies that have European interests. So I think Solvency II, I think the euro, I think development of motor claims is something that really concerns a lot of insurance companies in Central and Eastern Europe with such a high proportion of motor business in their portfolio. The fifth directive leads to ever increasing limits of liability. And in turn that tends to lead to higher awards in the courts, with perhaps still a lot of competition on prices. So these are perhaps the main trends and issues that are facing insurance companies in Central and Eastern Europe at the moment.
So the market is facing new challenges generated by the crisis, but let's comment upon an old subject in this area. I refer to the sea. What about Nat Cat in the sea? Let's comment the present things about Nat Cat in the sea.
Well, today we sit here having heard of the two recent earthquakes in Italy and Bulgaria this morning, and of course one's first thoughts are for the people who are injured and their livelihoods. Maybe it's a small reminder of the constant danger of natural catastrophes. As you know, 2011 may well turn out to be the worst year globally for natural catastrophes on an insured basis. It's certainly the second worst year, but by the time it develops, it might even be the worst year ever. In the first quarter of 2012, it was actually rather benign in terms of natural catastrophes. And it may even be that certain reinsurers or insurers were forgetting already the dangers of the Nat Cat exposures. So, yes, Romania is well known as a very large earthquake zone. It is the primary exposure, and it is absolutely imperative that all insurance companies buy sufficient levels of reinsurance for their exposures to an appropriate level that will satisfy their own risk management, but also Solvency II when it comes in.
Speaking about the sea region, what's your company's strategy regarding this area?
There are two aspects to JLT's strategy for Central and Eastern Europe. For direct business, for business of a direct nature, we have a partnership with Greco, the Austrian direct broker, who are being very successful in the entire region and have offices in more or less all the countries of Central and Eastern Europe, including, of course, Romania. And then for JLT Re, on the reinsurance side, we hope to continue to give to Romania and to other countries in the region the sort of advice that they need in these trying times. We believe that there is plenty of opportunity for us to give advice and to arrange suitable reinsurances for the insurance companies in the region. And perhaps this has been recognised by the award of Most Dynamic Reinsurance Broker for JLT Re in 2012 by XPRIMM.
Many companies in this area are merging. We witness concentration tendencies on CE markets. Is it harder for a reinsurer to work with one big company than several different small companies?
That's a good question. I don't think reinsurers, or indeed reinsurance brokers, particularly like the constant aggregation of business into fewer and fewer pots. But it is something that is happening, although there is also evidence that entities and capital is being put towards new ventures and new ideas as the entities get bigger and bigger. There has been a lot of realignment and strategy from the bigger groups with chosen reinsurers, and I think the short answer to your question is yes, it is difficult for reinsurers to satisfy their requirements with a decreasing number of potential clients.
Coming back to your company, to JLT, which is the added value for your customers, you provide to your customers?
I think that one major aspect of JLT Re is that we are very focused on what we do. We don't want to do everything, we just want to do what we do very well. I'd like to perhaps compare us more to a brain surgeon than a general practitioner. We look for areas which require a great deal of expertise, whether it's in the construction area or oil and gas, aviation, or specific treaty reinsurance needs, and apply those to clients with also a great deal of personal attention and added care. We feel that there are a number of clients and insurance companies and reinsurance companies that require the services of a broker who is capable of providing a full analytical suite of services, but is still able at the same time to give a personalised service. And I think in terms of our size, attitude and outlook, we provide that in a very useful way for our clients.
Do you have a particular message or special advice to send to Romanian insurers?
Yes, I do, and I hope not to be too controversial, but I do think Romanian insurance companies need to be very careful about the amount of catastrophe reinsurance they buy, make sure that they are buying to a proper return period. I think that they need to look very carefully at the motor portfolios, which do not produce good results, as I understand it, on a market-wide basis, and to find a way to change this. I think they need to look at product development, new products to sell. I know it is a difficult market in an economic crisis to sell new ideas. And on all these subjects, we can help.
Thank you so much for being here with us. And now, for our viewers, we will start in 30 minutes the shows regarding motor insurance market as related to the motor insurance day taking place here at Sinaia.